Right. Right. So you can see now the price is pushing down. My intention is to take um, uh, 15 pips profit there. So if you know, if you see that is 15 pips, Badmos should be on this trade because he trades ERX gem breakout. Yeah, Badmos, are you on it? So this is the 20 pips, 20 pips. So you should take that first profit there. And if all things being equal, that should be fine. But we'll see. I'm not right. So for the business of the day, I was gonna look at this here. Looking for the best place to place this. Right. Right. Okay. Right. So that's the 5TT London breakout system, where we know that the rules. I'll quickly go through the rules now. Yeah. Right. So tell me you can see my presentation. Yeah. Can you see my presentation?
Yeah.
Awesome. Right. So the rules are simple. You can see the only two slides there saying the same thing. What we want to do is to wait for the close of the 8 a.m. candle GMT. So GMT, 8 a.m. candle. And so in this example here, I have picked out, well, the next rule says looking at 5 candles to the left of the 8 a.m. GMT. So once you spot the 8 a.m. GMT candle on your platform, you want to count 5 candles before that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in this case here, we have 3 candles that are, so 3 candles that are green, 3 or more candles that are green will mean that it's a higher close. So if it says if at least 3 of the candles are bullish, then it is a sell high day. It means that price moved high and we want to sell that movement. Yeah. On the other case, if we have at least 3 or 5 candles that are bearish, so in this case we have 1, 2, 3 out of the 5 that are bearish, it means it's a buy low day, and we want to buy once we get a signal going forward. And so what are the rules? If it's a buy low day, you place your buy stop 10 pips above the 8 a.m. GMT candle, stop loss at 5 pips below the 8 a.m. GMT candle, and target 50 pips above entry or 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So 1-to-1, you can go 2-to-1, but just go at least 1-to-1, or just have your target at 50 pips, which is what I mostly do for this. And if it's a sell high day, similar thing on the 8 a.m. candle, go for 10 pips below the 8 a.m. candle and 5 pips above the 8 a.m. candle will be where your stop loss will be, and the target will be 50 pips below your entry price. And we only trade these on 5 currency pairs. I'll be six currency, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 currency pairs. And they're all GBP currency pairs because this is London breakout. So GBP USD, GBP AUD, GBP JPY, GBP NZD, GBP CHF, GBP CAD. If you had this already yesterday, you would have made some nice profits yesterday. And it's all done on the hourly time frame. Okay, so is there any question on that? Any question on that?
The buy entry again.
So if you only have a buy entry, if you have three or more of those, sorry, you only have a buy entry if you have 3 or more of those candles bearish, so red. that's when you will have a buy.
But okay, that's when you have a buy. That's counting at the opening of the London market.
So no, just look for the 8 a.m. candle. Forget about opening of London market because it confuses people. Just at the close of the 8 a.m. candle, yeah, or at the opening of the 8 a.m. candle, you want to look at 5 candles before that. So once you get the 8 a.m. GMT candle, look for 5 candles before that. Yeah.
Okay.
And once you get those 5 candles, with more than 3 of the 5 candles are bullish, it means you want to be selling on that day. If more than 3 of those candles are bearish, it means you want to be buying on that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And
if you
and these apply only on the 1 hour chart.
1 hour chart, because that's where you have the hourly candles.
Okay.
To be able to tell you if it's GMT or not.
Okay.
So
okay.
Which of my screens are you seeing?
I'm seeing the rules where you wrote the rules.
Let me go to the chart now.
Okay.
Because we have just about 18 minutes. So on GBP USD right now, where is my GMT 8 a.m. GMT candle? If you notice here, if I place this candle here, yeah, it is because UK is 1 hour ahead, yeah. But on this my platform is actually a GMT platform. So if you look at my market watch, it says it's 8:43. And how do I know what GMT time is? I just go to Google and say GMT now. And it shows me that GMT right now is 8:43. Yeah. And if I go to my platform, my platform is actually GMT platform. Your own might not be, but mine right now is GMT, is 8 a.m. GMT. And I'll give an example. Let me see if I can use this one as an example. Let me share this other screen and see if that helps to explain what I mean. So if I come to this chart now, let's get it the same as a 1 hour time frame. Come on. And if I take me GBP USD. Now, you will notice that in this case here, let's take another, without all the confusing, on the chart, another one too. So I'm looking for a GBP NZD, is any, right. So you can see this is my 1 hour time frame now on this chart. But if you look at my market watch, it says it's 11:44. But we have just determined that GMT right now is 8:44, which means that my platform, this particular one, is 3 hours ahead of GMT. So that means if I take my crosshair and I come to this candle here, this candle here says it's 11 a.m. If you look at the bottom down there, this candle says it's 11 a.m. candle, but that's this platform. And we know now that this platform is 3 hours ahead of GMT. If I take 3 hours out of 11, it means that it is 8 a.m. So that means this candle right now is the 8 a.m. GMT candle. And this is the point I want to look 5 candles back. So once I'm here now, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those 5 candles show me that there are 4 bearish candles out of the 5, which means that today I want to be looking at a buy opportunity on this currency pair, GBP NZD. I want to be looking to buy. And where will I buy? You have to really wait for the 8 a.m. candle to close because this price can go up again. So you want to wait for it to close, but just for illustration purposes, I want to this is my 8 a.m. candle, right? So if I take me an arrow and I point the arrow at my 8 a.m. candle. So this is my 8 a.m. candle here, yeah? It means that I want to then place, since I know that now that there are 4 bearish candles, I want to be taking a buy. it means my buy entry will be 10 pips above the high of this 8 a.m. candle. So right now, just for illustration purposes, the high is 2.0846. So 10 pips above that will be 2.0856. So I will look at where I want to place my 2.0856. Are you with me? Are you with me? Is everyone with me? Am I running too quick?
No, I'm with you. Don't worry. I'm with you. I'm grabbing.
Okay. What of others? What of others?
Yeah, with you, sir.
Okay.
Just
good.
Coming in.
Oh yeah, Chinoso. Raymond, yeah. Welcome aboard. Right. So someone has just texted me. Yes, I can also take the chat messages. Yeah, Dominic, I'm with you. Yeah, good. Right. So that's 10 pips above, right? Is there. Then my stop loss should be at 5 pips below. Yeah. Hello, ma. Mrs. Remy. Yeah, I see you. You raised your hand. That's awesome. It's 5 pips below the 8 a.m. candle. So if I go back now and check my 8 a.m. candle, what's the low? It is 2.0812. 5 pips below that would be 2.0807. 2.0807. So if I pick me this again, 2.0807. I like to get it accurate. So 2.0807. So 2.0807, I think it was. Yes. So that would be my, so this second line here. So let's change the color of this one here to make it like different. So that'll be my green, my entry price, right? And then the red line will be my stop loss. Then I want to place the take profit at least 50 pips above the entry. So if the entry is 2.0856, it means that the at minimum take profit, or where I want my take profit to be, will be 2.0856 plus 50 pips, which will be, I'm gonna just mute someone so that we're not picking up the background sound. If I add 50 pips to that, that will be 2.0906, right? Is that correct? Is that correct? Let's get us a calculator then. Right. So the entry price is 2.08. You're seeing my calculator, right? 56 plus 0.0050 is 50 pips. Will give me 2.0906. So if I take me this again and I place around 0.906, so that's just almost spot on. So let's change this to 0.906. Yeah, and I can change the color actually. Let me change the color to blue. And that's where I want my final take profit to be. However, what I also do, you can see where I say you've got to wait till the 8 a.m. candle is closed, but that's easier. You have to set some of these things to just get yourself ready. Yeah, if you're manually trading this and changing things by yourself, but I'll show you how to easily do this. Let me remove this. Yeah, oops, I've deleted everything. But did you get what I was doing there? Did everybody see what I did there?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me go back to my to the chart that I'm going to use. Yeah. So if I go to GBPNZD, you can see that GBPNZD currently is telling me that the buy entry price, like I did before, is going to be 2.0856, right? 2.0856, and the final take profit will be 2.0906, like we did with the calculator. You can see with the calculator here, is what we exactly thought. But what I also do is I take 15, I close half of my trade at 15 pips. I just do that. because I like to take some profit. So I close half of my trade at 15 pips in profit. So I have a TP1 and a TP2. And the way I do it is when I calculate my lot size, I divide it by 2 and I open 2 trades. And so once he hits 15 pips, I close one of them and then I leave the other one to run until it gets to here. Or I can also set the take profit of that first one to be at this TP1 and the second one to be at TP2. Any questions? Any questions? Hey, Nee joined us. Nee, this must be like 4 a.m. in the US. Yeah, I can see you. Everyone is on now. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, some of you. Yeah, this must be very, very. Yeah, Nee says yes, Lord. Yeah. Any questions, guys and ladies? Helen, I see you. Any questions? Odeosa, you're on as well. Awesome, 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 awesome. Awesome, awesome. No questions. Okay, so all we can do now is just wait for this to then, once that candle closes, we then confirm that that high is still, the 10 pips from the high is still 2.0856, but at least we are ready for it. Now, the only thing you need to do now is, if you have checked in the members area, I have put in the risk management tool, this risk management tool. Yeah. I'm gonna mute you, Bobo. Yeah, so if you see this risk management tool, you can all see it. I know you can. All I need to do now is to actually, I can now calculate my lot size. Let's just assume that everything is going to be like I have it on the chart here. Yeah. All I need to do then is just to move my spreadsheet about, and what I want to do is, let's assume this account now is like 4,500 pounds. Pounds is GBP. So I changed that to GBP there. And I want to risk, in this case, I'm only risking 0.25, but you can risk 1%, it's fine. It's not a, yeah, I risk 0.25, yeah? And the currency pair is GBP NZD. Does the pair contain JPY? No, it doesn't. So what's my entry price? My entry price is 2.0856, right? We agree with that, yeah? What's my stop loss? 2.0809. Now, these are the only two you really need to get your lot size calculated. But let's also put my final take profit, 2.080906 in this case. Yeah. And if I pull this down to just see what my, so what that is telling me is I'm risking 47 pips and I want to go for 50 pip reward, which is what this, the strategy is. It means that even though it's saying here that the risk to reward is kind of 0.86, I don't kind of worry about this because this is higher probability. But just be aware that that can happen. Now, my lot size is what? 0.04 on this account. Yeah. If your account was in USD and let's say it's $1,000, you can see that according to these, you cannot risk only 0.25 like I'm trying to risk. You've got to increase it. So let's say it's 1% risk. 1% risk means I have to risk 0.03. I have to take a trade of 0.03 lots. Is that too fast? Am I talking too fast? Do you understand? Are you with me on this? Feedback, please. Feedback. Any questions?
Yeah, good morning.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I just joined actually.
Okay.
Are we looking at JPY or something? Is it the pound we're looking at?
No. We're looking at GBP NZD.
G what?
GBP NZD. Look at it here on the chart. You can see it on the chart here. Down here, 3 places you can see there, there, and there.
Okay. GDP New Zealand, all right.
Yeah, and we are looking for this strategy. We monitor 6 currency pairs, and that's GBP USD, which in this case you can see GBP USD has the 5 past candles. There are 4 of them that are bullish, which means we need to be looking for a sell opportunity. And by the way, in the members area as well, you have this indicator there, the 5TT London breakout indicator. It is free for members. So go there, get it. You don't need to struggle with drawing the lines and things like that. It just does it for you. Yeah. And so we can see where our entry price is. And so if I was calculating the lot size I should be using on this one now, all I need to do then is, let's say my account is $1,000 USD. I want to risk 1% per trade. That was GBP USD. Does it contain JPY? No. Was my entry price 1.2376? Was my stop loss 1.2429? And was my take profit? You notice that this one might actually also be very 1.2326. Yeah, so risk is 53 to 50, but again, it means that on my own account, if my account was $1,000 and I want to risk 1%, it means I have to take a 0.01 trade. But what if my account was $200? You can see that I cannot trade this. It tells me if I want to trade this, I cannot trade it at this setting, which means I have to consciously take a higher risk. 2%? No. 3%? Yes. So for me to be able to take this trade on a $200 account, I have to be aware that I'm taking on a 3% risk per trade to do this. Now, is it bad in itself? Not really. But you just have to understand that's some of the challenges you have to face if you're using a small account, that you're more exposed. But if you're trading a high probability setup, does it really matter? Probably not. Yeah, does that make sense? Does that make sense? Questions, please. Comments, please. Yep, so I've got Amara is here too. Well done, guys.
Good morning, Chima.
Morning. How are you, buddy?
Fine, thank you.
Right, so yes, who haven't I called? Fisayo is here. Yeah, okay, yeah. Dominic, Omotade. Awesome. Awesome. So we have just 1 more minute.
I have a question.
Okay, go on then quickly before it's
all right.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Good morning, House.
Morning.
Please, my question is concerning the 6 PAs, the GBP PAs that are involved in London breakouts.
Yes.
During the back testing, I understand that these 6 PAs doesn't react in uniformism.
Yeah.
That is to say, there are situations whereby the indicator appear showing you buy on JBP US dollar, and then having the same maybe on JBP CHF and then JBP card. And then there are situations that you do go against each other, whereby you expected after counting the 5 candles by manual, expecting such to buy, you see it reversing back selling. Even after it might have pop up to touch the entry. The entry, yes. So you now see it reversing. So I am of the, I'm trying to see if there are ways to avoid those ones that cannot be encouraging for the day, and then go for the ones that are working for that.
No,
The setup is a very good setup anyway, but
yeah. By the
there
way,
are situations that.
by the way, no matter what system you use, you can never tell ahead of time where price will end up. That is why you've got to work with probabilities. So what's the probability that this is going to happen? As long as you have high probability of something happening, then you want to take that trade. Yeah. Because it's high probability doesn't mean it is 100%. So there are no guarantees for us retail traders, because all we're doing is trying to respond to price impact. And so we're taking action based on what we're seeing. So if you had considered that if price moves down, then you're selling, but price didn't end up moving down, that's great, that's okay, you move on. And sometimes it might give you a fake entry and then takes you out. That's why you have a stop loss. But then if you have a high probability setup or system, you will have more times where you have wins than when you have losses. So losses are part of this game. If anybody is trying to prevent himself from taking losses, he will never find, or she will never find, that happen in the market. It will never happen.
Yeah.
So you've got to accept that both losses and profit and wins happen. But your aim should be to have more wins than losses. That's what your job is. And the only way you can get that is to get a system that is higher probability, which means, or two ways you can do it, get a system that is higher probability, which means you have more opportunities of winning than losing. And then the other way is to make sure that if you have a system that has bigger win than the losses, so when you win, it is bigger than when you lose. And so if you have that, even when you have a lower probability setup, you can still win with a 40% win rate. If you have bigger wins, you can still cover all the losses. But that's what a lot of people also look for. But what I tell people to do as new traders, and that is my bias as a trader, by the way, is I look for high probability setups. And then I work hard to see if I can make that high probability also a high reward setup, which means I'm winning double ways. But your bias must be, first of all, to find a high probability setup as a trader. Then go for the high wins, high rewards. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
By the way, you should have been in this trade by now if you were trading it. Now, on the EA I use an automated system to trade this, yeah? Usually it comes in at 5 minutes. So 9:05, so in about a minute now, I should be taking on positions on this setup right now. So let's see. My trade is still on ERX Gem breakout. That's fine. So we are looking to, in the next 1 minute, few seconds now. Oh, see, I missed these opportunities because I didn't get in at the right time. I've missed some of these. Yeah, I'm still okay with this one. But with this one now, the price has hit my entry before I actually entered. I'll wait. If price comes back down, then I will get in again. But it's, yeah. So positions should be getting in now because I'm hearing them on my phone. You can see there's a sell stop here now on the GBP USD. There's a buy entry there. You can see there's a buy entry set up there now. GBP CHF, there's a sell entry set up there. GBP NZD, because I've crossed the entry price, the system won't fill me in on that trade. This one too, there's a buy. And then GBP AUD, there's a buy here too. So I could have, now is the time, because price came back slightly, it's giving me the opportunity to get in on this trade, to then follow a move up. But we'll see. It could happen, it may not happen. Look at yesterday, Raymond, exactly what you were asking. Yesterday here, look. So we never got filled in on that trade for many hours. But at what time was this? This was like 2 3 p.m. 3 p.m. yesterday, this massive red candle just came, filled us in, took out our first profit, and took out our second profit. So it took several hours to be able to fulfill the position. And yesterday, GBP USD, that one was clean trade. So that just went by, and then we just went and took out the first one and took out the second one. GBP JPY. GBP JPY.
Morning, Chima.
Hey, Uche, how is it?
Not bad. Sorry to interrupt. Carry on.
Okay. No, thank you. Thank you. I see a few other folks have just joined too. Uche just joined. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Okay, Zucha and Amara just joined last. Yeah, so yesterday as well on GBP JPY, that was on one of the trades, that was a profit. So my TP1 was taken, but on the second one, that should have gotten to TP2, that became a loss at the end of the day. GBP CHF was a clean profit yesterday, very clean. And if you were manually trading it, you could have still taken more profits without hitting this level here. And GBP NZD was also a clean trade yesterday. That's the one, it happened like the other one too. Clean profit here. And GBP CAD did not fill in at all yesterday. So it's you do have those sort of things happen. See GBP NZD, you can see price has come down here, but why am I not in the trade just yet? The only reason is because you can see that the spread is about 10 pips, 10 pips spread. And unless I have this level here, lower than 10 pips, it will not feel that trading. It's only around 7. So it needs to come down a bit more for me to get a chance of getting into that trade. But yeah. Any questions?
Sorry for those of us that joined late. Is this ERX Gen you're discussing about?
No, this is 5TT London breakout. Now it's going to be a lot confusing for some of you, but you've got to realize, I said this before, that the ERX Gen breakout system is a London open breakout system as well. But that was my first London open breakout strategy. Yeah. And I created that, or I started to write the program. I didn't create it, I learned it from someone. And I started to write the program around 2015. So I've had it like that since 2015. And that is it here. So that is the ERX Gen breakout here. You can see that on ERX Gen breakout, there are different rules. So I must have an intra-week trend, I must have a tight Tokyo range, and I must have the Tokyo range at a specific location. And today, I only have one opportunity there, and that is Euro JPY. And you can see that right now, it is in profit. Yeah, so that's ERX Gen breakout, so park it. But this last year, I started to work on another system that is also based out of the London breakout, but has different entry rules. And this one is called the 5TT London breakout system, so closely. And so it can be confusing, but they are different. ERX Gen breakout has 3 distinct rules. This has two distinct rules. So you look at the 8 AM GMT, count the 5 candles before 8 AM GMT, and then you take action based on that. Does that clarify it for you, Che?
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome.
So if you compare the two in terms of percentage profitability, which one?
I don't do those sort of things. I just trade them. You can see I have trades on. I have a trade on there, and I do have trades now set up on this. When price comes down there, it takes me in. Just take the trade. Because remember that I answered this for Peter asked me this question yesterday, and I answered. Oh, it looks like someone else has just joined now. But I answered this question in such a way that the reality is I don't look at individual systems. I look at what my plan is. My plan is to make 2% a month. That's my plan. So whether I trade one system, 20 systems, I need to make 2% a month. That's the plan. Yeah.
Okay.
And so what I try to do is I have a couple of strategies that help me do that. And I find that sometimes I actually do 3% in one day, whereas my goal for the month is 2%. And that's okay. But the reason I have that over an umbrella goal is it keeps me grounded and disciplined, that I'm not chasing what I don't understand. I know where I'm trying to go to. I know what it will take me to get there. And most times I overperform, but that's fine. I didn't start from wanting to overperform. If you start from wanting to overperform, you will start to risk and expose your account unnecessarily. This is why on this system here, ERHM breakout, I'm actually risking 0.25. If you look at the EA on here now, let me try and get it. Oops. Oh, it's on the other account. It's on the other account. It's on my, this is just the screen here. Yeah, just wanted to get them to calm down a bit. Right. So what I have here on this particular setup is 0.25 per trade, risk per trade, because I'm not trading multiple systems. So there's no point me trying to risk 3% on one system on one trade. It's pointless. And because I know if I'm trying to do 2% a month, I only need to do 0.5% a week. But that's my goal. That's my goal. If you haven't watched the recording from Sunday, you probably want to watch it. And because that's the goal, 25% a year, 25 years. But someone else might have a goal of 50% a year or however long. And for you to do 50% a year, you only need to do 3.5% a month. So if you're going to do 50% a year and you only need to do 3.5% a month, it means you need to do less than what in a month, in a week? 3.5 divided by...
Less than 1% at least.
Yeah, 3.5, yeah, at least, yeah, divided by 4. I only need to do 0.85%. So if I can do 1% a week, then I mean, you know, and as new traders, that should really be, it helps you. Remember, I always say this. In any football tournament, FIFA tournament, the team that carries the trophy is the team that stays the longest. So your aim in this game should be to stay as long as you can, not to make the most in the shortest time as you can. Because many people that have that strategy get burnt out and they go out telling everybody that trading Forex is a scam. Oh, Mrs. Yamiye, please go ahead, ask questions.
Okay, good morning.
Morning, ma.
I observe I've had an issue all along, and that's a connection with the members area.
Oh,
because at the time, it appeared I was mixing up the ARX gen and trying to use its strategy for the London breakout.
Right.
What came out of that, I will discuss with you person to person. But
Okay.
I think I will need to be reconnected on the members area.
Yes.
You know, we move forward with this. Thanks for all your efforts.
Yes.
I'm glad to be in the class today because sleep is my #1 medicine. So I've not been able to participate in the evening Zoom calls.
Okay, on the Sundays. Yeah, that's perfect. I think with this, everyone being mostly working from home or reduced working, from time to time, I'll have this happen during the day session or maybe around 7 p.m. UK time, so that people in the US as well can join in. Because then that will be afternoon for them. So around this time, so we can catch some of these live trades and maybe around 7 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m. UK time, so that many other folks like those also in Kenya who struggle to meet up on Sunday nights, because by the time we're meeting on Sunday nights, it's usually around 12 midnight or 1 a.m. in Kenya or in East Africa. And so those guys can't really join, and Southern Africa as well. So yes, I'll do some of this. So I'll still continue my Sunday night calls because that's great happening. But when we can, I'll do this one-offs to just support everyone. But I hear you. I will resend your login details for the members area.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Let's see where we are now with those ones. So no entries there. No entries yet there. No entry. Who has a question? No entry here. Oh, you see now you can remember this GBP NZD that I couldn't get in on before. I now have a trade triggered there, and it's going to hit me out now with a loss. Yeah, let's see if that's going to happen or not, because this is an actual entry now. It's an actual entry now, isn't it? Yeah, LOB. So GBP NZD pushing down, but it is what it is. It might not get to my stop loss and takes off again, and that would be great. That's what I want. Yeah, so that's an entry there. GBP CAD, what do we have? Not yet an entry. GBP AUD, not yet an entry. So you can see now that I have all the stop orders. So the buy stop orders ready for when price will get to my entry point. Hey, Tony is here too. Hey, your network is
I'll be glad if you can control this.
okay. Did anyone say anything? Any questions? Oh, by the way, I was trading for the first time I'm doing this. I'm just testing this out, and it's also on auto trading. The S&P 500, so in index, but this is on the wave strategy. So you can see price has come back to the wave, and so it got me filled in around there, around that area there. And my expectation is that price will then start coming down. I saw this yesterday around here. So immediately I placed my EA on the system, I mistakenly went to the daily time frame. And at that time, it just filled me in on the trade. And all I just did then was to close it. You can see it there, 5TT wave, SPS 500. I closed it, and it should be on the 1 hour time frame. I'm trading on the 1 hour time frame. So let's see what happens with that one as well. So I trade this. I do this. And I think the only way you can actually become more confident or have more confidence in the systems is by doing it. You do have losses, but you have more wins, and that's the point. Like yesterday with the LOB, remember I'm trading 0.2% per trade on this particular account. And you can see from yesterday, what did we have? So these were all the LOB trades from yesterday. Is there another one? Yeah. So they were all LOB trades. You can see. So I had how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them in profit, and then the GBP JPY, the one I showed you yesterday. So the first one, 15 pips was in profit, and then the second one failed, as it were. But the rest were clean trades. So it came out all right at the end of the day. Any questions? Whoops, I'm going to lose that trade. I'm going to lose that trade. I'm going to lose that trade. Yeah, it's going to hit. It's going to hit. It's going to hit the way it's going. Yeah. Now, some people at this point, they'll start to move their stop loss because they don't want to lose. They move their stop loss. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. They'll move, right? Am I right or not?
Very right.
Yeah, I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. But you can see, just calculate that. Now you see the both are like $21. $21 in 4,600 is next to nothing. If you get, well, is what I plan to do. 21 divided by 4,600 is 0.0. It's not even, you get, times 100 is 0.5 on 200. So each trade is 0.25. You get the point? I knew that if it failed, I'm going to lose 0.25 per trade. If I win, then great. I'll probably win 0.25. But remember, I'm trying to do 2% a month, which is 0.5 a week, which is 0.1 a day. But that's my plan. Your plan might be different. But just make sure that whatever plan you have chosen is kind of realistic and not putting your capital at risk. You don't want to be doing that. If you look at banks, when they do these things, the banks are, when they tell you, come and invest in our fund for pension and stuff like that, those guys are aiming for something like 5 to 10% a year. That's what they're looking for. And if big institutions like that are looking for 5 to 10, then you should not really be wanting to do 50%, 600%, even though we know that they do more. But they do more because they've got to pay for the large operations that they also run. So as an individual, and they do it because they have the experience, they've got the analysts, they've got the skill, they've got the equipment. You don't have all those things. So you can't be comparing with them. You've got to be smart with your money. And the aim for you at this early stage, for most of you, is let me learn this skill. Once you're able to do 1% or 2% every month, if you can do that for 3 months, 4 months, it's easy then to scale. You just add an additional 0 to the end of your lot size and do what you've been doing since you were winning. But if you're trying to win big when you have not mastered the skill, that's what leads to massive losses. Yeah, does that make sense? Am I preaching again? Am I getting excited again? Questions, comments? Questions, comments? Or are you guys dazed or what? What's happening? I need comments. Oh, I've got another trade, enter. GBP JPY has been filled in. GBP JPY has just been filled in now. Yeah, into a buy. Boom, it's moving. Can you see that? Boom, it's moving. So where I have this is my GBP SZD. Close, Kwano. Just close and tell me, let me know that you have closed in a loss. Stop giving me heart palpitations. Yeah. Yeah, so I am kind of oh, see, it's gonna happen now. 12. It's probably gonna be about 24. But that's okay. So what I do is I don't actually stand and be watching this because I can't take it. I just set my trades, set where my stop loss should be, and walk away. Just walk out they go. Whatever happens, then happens. Okay, so any questions? Baba, what do you think? You're muted, eh? You're muted, you're muted. Let me unmute you. Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was saying that the London breakout is very interesting. you know, but we need the mastery of the 8 GMT time because it sounds a little bit confusing. You know, it's something that's why I was asking whether it's London time or as in
it's GMT.
That's specific because
GMT.
If you miss it, you have missed it. Yeah.
It's GMT, yeah.
Yeah. Because it's something that really it sounds easy, but you need to be precise.
Yeah, but you see,
easy and like you said.
Yeah, you see, but you don't have to worry too much about it because if you go to the members area now, so let's go back to members area to the where is the go back to, so if you go here, oh no, it's here actually, the page I'm on, that's where it is. I shouldn't have tried to leave. I've got to log in again. So if you go back here and you're in the members area and you come to tools and indicators. Yeah. Now, these are the 2 spreadsheets I put on over the week, earlier this week. The wealth game plan. So if you watch the video from Sunday, you will understand why this you can and how you can use this. And then the risk management tool, like I just tried to use this morning as well. And this one here, this is it here. It just helps you for those who also struggle with calculating their lot size. It is here. Yeah. I need to minimize this. How do I do that? Yeah. And then if you scroll down now, there are all these indicators that are there for you for free. If you come on here, there are some of them that are paid. But the 5TT London breakout is members, is free for members.
Okay.
So just take it, download, click on download, and that should then drop it. See, London breakout indicator.
Okay.
Is yours to take. And so you don't have to worry now about that 8 a.m. thing because on your platform, whatever platform you use, it will come out as any of this. Oh, see that price has actually withdrawn. So it's just been giving me, and it's just, yeah. Yeah. Does that make sense? So you get it like this and you don't have to worry anymore. So by 8, once the 8 a.m. candle opens, it will start to show you, but you have to wait till it's 9 a.m. GMT to be able to place the actual positions.
Yeah.
You have to wait. If not, what happens is when that candle opens and it's showing you where those levels are, if price gets to the high and passes the high, it will adjust it. Yeah, so you've got to wait until that candle is closed to be able to take it move.
Okay, that's very clear enough. It's very cool because I was wondering how I was going to be calculating the 8 GMT and all that. So it's very explicit now. I'm very clear on that. It's very cool. I'm okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Questions? Junior, Chief FX Trader. Any question?
No, really, because I followed it up before.
Yeah, okay, top man.
Anyways, let me just come in furtherance to what Mr. Onwuka asked. Given that time in Nigeria now is 10:30, are we 2 hours ahead of GMT?
Yes, we are.
We are.
Sorry, no. We are 1 hour ahead. We are 1 hour
ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Nigeria now is same as UK, and UK just before Sunday last week, UK was the same time with GMT. Then time changed on Sunday morning, and UK is now the same time with Nigeria, but left GMT where it was. So GMT is now 1 hour behind UK. And then European time is 1 hour ahead. So European time is 2 hours ahead of GMT. Nigerian time is 1 hour ahead of GMT. UK time is 1 hour ahead of GMT. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Raymond says, I'll be glad if you can conduct this live chat again on a daytime, particularly on ERX and strategy. Okay. We'll see. We'll see how frequently we can do this. Yeah. Uche, any questions?
None from me, thanks.
So everything is clear. Even my ERX gen stuff, the thing is starting to reverse, you know. Some people see this kind of thing and they start to panic, isn't it? Oh, my money is going, my money is going. Your money is not going. That's what price does. Price just does that, and you've got to be this is why you would have determined where your levels are, stop loss levels are, take profit levels are, and you just walk away. And if you have a system that is higher probability, then you'll probably win, even though price moves up and down. Okay, any questions, or should we call it a session? If anyone wants me to show anything now, I'm happy to do that.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So, bearing any questions, Nee, are you okay? Are you still awake? Nee might have slept off again because it's so late for him. Okay, no, he's there. He says, can you please show your entry points on any wave strategy? I am here. Okay, yeah, top man. Now, I'll show you the example that I have with the trade on now, yeah? And that's SPX 500. You will see that my entry, so when this price, when the EMA 89 crossed over the wave, yeah. Okay, yeah. You said you had the same issue I had, doing it on the wrong time frame. So at this point here, my entry will be, I'll start to look to enter. You can see this was the point where 89 actually became higher. So around here. So anywhere from this point, I'm looking to enter once price hits the 21 EMA. So anywhere between 21 EMA and the low of the band, I'm getting in. I'm getting in. That's where I'm getting in, and I just then wait for price to.
Sorry, Chima, can you repeat that again, please?
So remember my entry, the what I'll call my conservative, my normal way of entry for say a sell will be once price comes back. So price needs to break the band, go lower, and then the 89 EMA needs to go above the band, and then once price then comes back and touches anywhere between the 21 EMA and the low of the band, I'm entering.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can see when I entered, price is still moving up against me a bit. That's what price does. But you can see where we had, let me get this, where we had, in this case, you can see here, the first place where we had EMA go lower is here. So right here would have been the entry here. No, sorry, here would have been the entry at this point here. Yeah. So entry would have been here. And so how many candles? And this is 1 hour. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 hours. It didn't take us out here. It nearly did. 14 hours later, because our stop loss would have been, our initial stop loss would have been around here. So the price didn't quite take us out. It got close, even though it's tracking the 89. So our first stop loss would have been here. About how many hours did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours. Yeah, we're still in negative. On the 12th hour, was when we actually started to break. Okay, no, it's on the 11th hour we started to get some positive. And then when that happened, what did we get? We got price just go, so our entry would have been around it. So on the 12th hour, price just went stupid. You get? So sometimes it does happen that way. In fact, here, the next entry level that you would have tried to go in again would have been around here. And this then came down, depending on what the rules are of your taking profit. So you'd have entered here, stop loss would have been around here. Then price never continued going down a couple of hours, then later just went up about 396. Probably I would have taken my profit and run away from this one. But then over the weekend, what did price do? It gapped down and hit your stop loss, which would have been painful. But then you had another entry here, immediately here. And that again gave you some profit. Then there was a small, no, it didn't quite get there. Okay, this one got there, boom. And then again, you would have maybe taken half of your profit and then stop loss hit. And there was no more opportunity. It became sell opportunities then. And this is my first sell opportunity since price reversed. So my expectation is that price will start to go down. And if you look at, I usually watch the trend bias on the daily time frame. If you look at the daily time frame, I can do this now because the EA is not here. Yeah, it's on the other computer. You can see that this is actually a bearish move. And we know globally it's on a bearish move. So I'm silently safe, silently feeling safe to be on this trade. It might take me a couple of hours, maybe a day or so, but eventually, hopefully I can see this start turning down. And then we can start packing the money. Oh, GBP, JPY looks like it's closed part of that trade. No, it's still open. The two are still open. That my trade, what's happening to it? GBP NZD. Oh, can you see what's happening to that my trade now? No more heart attack. This is why I love the market. Can you see what it's just done? It's just come back in. Can you see that? I just love price. I love what price does. It's just, and if you panicked and then started to touch your strategy and move things about, but it has pulled back most of it. Doesn't mean I'm still safe in that trade. I'll start to feel a bit safe when my first half closes. So at 15 pips profit, once I close half of the trade, I feel a bit more comfortable. Oh, by the way, Nee, did I answer that question for you? Did I show you that, or should I show you more examples? Maybe I should do a bit more examples. So let's take us a chart. No, I have an indicator that I'm working on. I certainly have things I'm working on everywhere. So let's take us another example of this. So this is a clear example again. So here, that's not an entry. So this wouldn't be your first entry. Let me take the distraction away. Right. So this wouldn't have been an entry, no. And the first entry really is here. So at this level here. So you'd have wanted to go in here. Let's get us so this would have been our first entry point here, there, that area there. So that would have been our entry level there, entry point there. Yeah. And sometime in that next hour, price pushed back and would have been saying, oh no, that is a wrong entry. That is a wrong entry. So price pushed back here, about 15, 16 pips, but never got to our stop loss that would have been around there. But now you can see where price is 1-to-1 right now. It is actually 1-to-1, risk to reward, and you can walk away. or close half of the trade and trail your stop loss. Just keep trailing your stop loss on the. Does that make sense? Yeah. Nee, is that okay? I know maybe you're texting now because of baby sleeping. Yeah, touches or yeah, exactly. So you need to wait until price touches or passes the 21 EMA. That's what I do for my initial entry. But then I also take trades. This is why I have the other red line, which is the 13. Once I have a trade in and that trade is in profit, I also tend to just enter additional trades. So if I have this here now and I took a trade here, and then it went down in profits and I'm starting to trail my stop loss. My original rule is once that first trade is 100% risk free. So an example I'll give you will be let's find a good example. Let's see. Okay, so these are perfect examples here. So our first entry, or let's just take this entry here. So we would have had an entry here and would have followed that move down. Would have followed that move down. Yeah. And what would have happened is I would have started trailing so my entry would have been, my first entry would have been around here, right? So my first entry would have been around here, yeah? And my stop loss would have been here, around here, yeah? And so as that trade continued to be in profit, maybe I will take some of it out and leave the rest open. I'll just be trailing the 89 EMA. You can notice that when I got around here, so when I got around here, my stop loss was here. But then what I also had was another opportunity to get into the trade. I would have entered the second trade without closing that first one. Because you can see now, see what my risk is. And I would have taken some of the profit out. I would have maybe taken 75% of that trade off the table by here and leaving only 25% and just be trailing the stop loss on that one. So there is so little risk for me on that first trade, but I'll enter a second trade. Yeah. And now I'll have two entries and both of them will have the stop loss at the same point at this time. Yeah. And then once that starts to happen, move down, I'll also start to trail the second and the first. Both of them. I'm trailing both of them. Just trailing both of them. I can see we got here, go here, go here, go here, go here, up to this level here. And both of them, on both of them now, I now have the first one completely, only 25% of my exposed trade there. Second one, only 25% still exposed. And then I have another opportunity to get in here. I get in again. And now I have 3 trades with 2 of them completely 100% risk-free and a third one just entering. Does that make sense? Feedback, please. Yeah, top man. Yeah. I'm happy that explains it now. What have I got? What have I not got? So I've got some of these, oops, what's happening? Yeah, so this is GBP JPY, looking nice. GBP CHF, not even close. GBP NZD, far away from my stop loss. I'm a bit more comfortable, but not yet in profit. GBP CAD, looking all right. GBP AUD, looking still negative, but not threatened. This my trade is now looking nice. This my trade is now looking nice. That's what I want. So you can see now is a little profit there, 1.13. But it was for several hours, it was in negative. At some point, it was minus 10. But that's just what price is. So it's looking interesting now. This one, if you give me 20 pounds, I'm out. Because it's starting to take off. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Uche, you okay, yeah? Helen, you okay? Badmos, you're fine. Dominic is second. Dominic should be trading money now. What are you guys? I'm not sure, but I'm not seeing your accounts. I have it in the other end. Are you guys on trades? Is Raymond still here? Are you okay with everything? Because maybe I will just hold on, answering questions, maybe in the next 13 minutes. So 11 o'clock will be done. The other thing too about having this kind of calls as well is it helps give some of you confidence that let me get in. I can get in. You've just seen me get into trades. Please do the same thing. And this is real money. It's not fake money. But the point is I'm controlling my risk. I think one or two trades might have closed though. Which one's closed? One has closed. GBP card. So GBP card has closed at 15 pips profit for me, giving me some profit. So you don't give me something. Yeah, see it now. It has given some profit back. But I'm going to mute you now. So yeah.
Hello, I'm with you.
Okay. Yes, I was saying I was going to mute you because of I thought the sound of it were coming out from you.
Yes, my people.
I know it is hard to keep them under control now. Completely understood. You're muted now, though. You're muted. It's just I'm recording, so that it's not okay. So yeah, I've taken some profits already on GBP card, and GBP JPY is also pushing to hit my take profit. It's got some pips to go. And GBP AUD also close. That will hit profit. I'm certain of that. That will hit profit. So all these trades now, even the GBP NZD, we're just that was threatening us before, is doing all right now. That's what I love about the markets. Who is on these trades? Please tell me some of you are on. Tell me some of you are on.
I'm not on the London breakout, but I think I took the ARX gen, the EJ.
Oh, the EJ, that one is in negative now, Abi.
And it appears my TP is even more ambitious than yours, so I will need to go and revisit. I don't want to jump ahead of my teacher.
No, in this case here, there are actually 3 trades open there. If you notice, there are these 2 here, and those 2 are this sell here at this sell price here, and what they are is the first one is at 15 pips profit, and the second one doesn't have any take profit. And the reason I do that is I want to trail stop loss on that second one. Yeah, so I always have those sort of things. But again, I started to test something over the weekend, where I have a third trade because I was listening to someone and he said something that really got me excited. So I'm testing it out. Where I have a third trade, and all that third trade does is to take very quick profits. So it's a bigger trade size. Once I get the breakout, I am in. And once that candle closes, it closes half of that trade. That's, I call it the momentum trade. So that momentum trade, half of it is closed once the break candle closes. And then the second one is I trail stop loss, or not exactly trailing stop loss, but I look at price action. Once I allow that one to continue going, but say in a buy trade now, sorry, in a sell trade now, once I have a candle close above the low of the previous one, sorry, when I have a candle close above the high of the previous one, then I'll close that trade. So it's advanced stuff. They're not really advanced. You understand what I'm saying? You'll see. So that half trade, I don't put any other take profit on it. It's just running there. If it's going down, I'm taking the profit. And then once I get it close above the previous high, it closes it out as an additional thing. But the standard ERX Gen is what you should be looking at doing, which is once price breaks the red line, you want to sell. And you take partial profits. Me, I take partial profits at 15 pips. Take partial profits, I'm out. And then I leave the other one running and start to trail the stop loss if price keeps going in my favor. I hope I've not confused you.
It's quite clear. Thanks for the explanation.
Okay. And this is how I do a lot of my magic here, through my code. So you will notice that I have 5TT wave trader, wave index trader. I'm writing certain things there, and then the ERXM currency, multi-currency trader as well. Just writing a few things in and trying to get them up. And once they're okay to go, they will be released for everyone that has them, as it were. So yes, how our trades looking? GBP, JPY is still giving us some nice movement. GBP, JPY is still giving us some nice, oh, we're still going. Please take my first profit, take my first profit. Give me some money. Give me some money. GBP, give us some money. Because if I can close half of it, then I'm a bit, GBP card has closed half. GBP AUD has also closed half. So I bagged two small profits. Doesn't look like a lot of money, but the point is profit, I'm out. My risk has reduced. So instead of being a 0.5% risk now, it is 0.25. And I've walked away with tiny tinkly profit. But just keep doing that every day. Keep doing that every day. Okay. Any questions? Six more minutes to go. Any questions? Tonya was online before, but her internet just cut out. She's in Abuja. Awesome. So let's see what price gives us for the end of the day. Let me look at this, my trade again. Yep. Not bad. Not bad. GBP, JPY, go on, do it. It's 5 minutes to the end of the candle. Usually you get a rush, whether up or down, towards the end of the candle. So we can track this now, if you're on the trades or not. At least you can track but boy, you should be able to download the indicator now on your MT4.
Are you talking about the 5TT London breakout?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that right away.
Can you see the rush in price now? Can you see what price is doing? At the close of the candle, usually there's a rush. Because you've got to remember that as humans that sometimes are doing this. So at the close of an hour, they're trying to hit a certain level. You can see what's happening with that. Nee says, do you typically set a TP on the wave strategy? You see, it's closed it now. Can you see that? Just before 3 minutes to go, I've just locked in another profit. Yeah, I just locked in a third one now. In fact, 4. I've locked in 4 profits. So on GBP card, GBP AUD, GBP NZD that was going to lose me money, I've just locked in profit on it. I've just locked in 15 pips, walked away with smiling. So my risk has just reduced completely on all the trades. Isn't that interesting? And this is where people like Fisayo wasn't using my risk management technique. He was using slightly higher risk management technique, and that's where he was getting those results. He was able to do 50% in 6 weeks. And then the same thing with Dominic. Dominic did like, I think he was 26 or 30% in the same 6 weeks or 5 weeks. And so it's possible to do those numbers. And some people, even Fisayo herself, did not even take as much risk as some people. Some people were doing like 100% after 4 weeks, but they blew the account before the end of the contest because they were taking too much risk. And that's the point that I keep making. It is possible to do any numbers you want to do, but you don't own the market. So sometimes price will go against you. And if you don't plan your risk well, a good thing can turn bad, as it were. So clearly here now we have four out of the 4 trades that have filled in. 4 out of 4 of them have given me some money. And you'll notice that stop loss has moved. Have you seen that stop loss has traded on the second one? So the stop loss was there before, and now it is here, and it's only 1 minute to go, and price is running crazy. See, this one stop loss hasn't moved. It's still where it is. GBP AUD, stop loss has moved. So on 2 of them now, it is 100% risk-free, at least 15 pips on each of them. But you can see with GBP AUD, I'll most likely take a profit.
Did I start making them before?
Yeah. I'll soon probably take profit on GBP AUD on the second one as well. And it's just 1 minute to go. Price will relax now. And that one has moved 30 pips in profit. So you see, stop loss has actually moved two levels, if you notice. Stop loss has moved 2 levels. Oh, it has closed me out. I'm out. I'm out on that one. So it moved twice. So it gave me 30 pips at least on that one. Yeah, see it here. Oh no, he closed it. He closed it. He hit my stop loss. He hit on GBP AUD. Yeah, he did. He did. He hit TP2. Boom. Yo. That's the way I like it to be. And even my wave straight strategy is also going. Yo. My ERX Gen breakout is not going. Oh no. Just take it for fun. Okay, but altogether, I have trades that are moving the way I want them to move. So you can see, I just have fair money now. If I wanted to look at it that way, 2, 4, 6. 6 plus 3 is all these 3 now 10, 17 pounds. 17 pounds. 17 pounds times right now it is what? 17 times. I've got to take this call that is on my phone. Sorry guys, let me just take this call. Hello? 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 Morning. Sorry guys. Okay, so where we have these 2 red ones now, it means that stop loss has moved, and even that GBP NZD that was going to lose me money is now going to is a 100% risk-free trade. Nothing won't kill this trade now. It must be profitable. Must be profitable. No, they go anywhere now. So the stop loss has moved, and then GBP card as well. Stop loss has moved. The indicator, you notice that it was kind of warped. It wasn't like in the right way. In 5 minutes, it will reset. So every 5 minutes, it just deletes everything and redraws it again, and just leaves it there for the next hour. My ERX Gen breakout is just wiping me. Anyway, you never know how it will go by the end of the day. So I'll wait for it. So any questions? I've got to run now. If everyone is happy, unless you have a question to ask me that I can answer right now. If not, oh, sorry, Nii said, do you typically set a TP on the wave strategy or you take profit manually? Nii, I do the same thing typically for most of my trades. Not everybody does it the way I do it, but I like to take some profit off the table when I trade. So I tend to maybe take first profit maybe around 15 to 25 pips, depending on the time frame and all those sort of things. From 15 to 25 pips, I take my first profit out, probably half of the trade out. And then I leave the other one and just manage that one by trailing stop loss and maybe taking some of that at some point as well, but just moving stop loss until I'm taken out of the trade by price on my stop loss. Does that make sense? So I've just had on that trade, price has just hit my stop loss on GBP NZD. You see, it came back and hit my stop loss on GBP NZD, and that trade that was looking like it was gonna be bad, GBP NZD, I've ended up having both of them profitable. And that's why you've got to be patient with price. Yeah. Okay. So Thank you, guys. I've got to run now. I've got to do some of my consultancy work now. I will speak to you. If you have any questions, please send it through in the group or just text me by WhatsApp, and let's pick it up. Let's see what happens at the end of the day with these other trades that are still open. My GBP JPY, what's happening on that? This one you can see clearly is gonna probably, I hope it hits the second stop loss. Where are we with the we're only 36% of the ATR today against usual ATR. But this ATR 288 is only during the Corona Wala. That's when we started to have ATRs of 288 like this. We didn't used to get it like this. So even GBP CAD 2 is 100% trade. I can't lose money on that trade now. It's 5 pips though. So I needed to come up here to make me smile. But right now it's again 100% trade. If you fail, that one cannot fail again. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you take care and let me know if you have questions, and I can pick it up from here. All right. See you soon, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.